Hello everyone. In this video we will be revising inverse trigonometry. So what have we studied in inverse trigonometry? We first start with trigonometric equation. So solving trigonometric equation. So let's say we have a normal equation. Let's say we have x plus 2 is equals to 10 and we have to solve for x. What is the value of x? It's very simple. X is 10 minus 2, which is 8. So that is how we solve simple equations. Now and we also have learned quadratic equation. Like let's say we have x square plus 2x plus 1 is equals to 0. How to solve for x? We can use factorization. We can say this is x plus 1 multiplied with x plus 1 is equals to 0, right? And then we can say that x plus 1 should be equal to 0. That means x should be equal to negative 1. And negative 1 is indeed a solution. You can see that negative 1 squared plus 2 times negative 1 plus 1. What is this? This is equal to 1 minus 2 plus 1, which is 0. So that is how you solve basic equation. This is a linear equation. Linear means power of unknown variable, which is x. It is 1. And this is a quadratic equation. Quadratic means power of unknown variable is 2. That is the power of x is 2. And here power of x is 1. And here power of x is 2. Now in inverse trigonometry, we have trigonometric equation. Like for example, we have sine of x is equals to 0. Now what is the value of x? How will you find the value of x? We know that sine of 0 is 0. This we know. So that is why we can say x is equals to 0 is a solution. I'm not saying it is the only solution. I'm saying it is a solution. So x is equals to 0 is a solution because sine of 0 is 0. We can also check that x is equals to 2 pi is also a solution. Because sine of 2 pi is also 0. So we can have x is equals to 0. We can have x is equals to 2 pi. So that is how you solve trigonometric equation. Now you can also have something as sine square x plus cos square x is equals to 1. This is also a trigonometric equation. But what is the value of x in this case? What x value can you put? Now we know that you can take any x value because this particular equation is a fundamental equation. That is, this is true for all x element of real numbers. That is, you can take x to be any real number. You can take x is equals to 0. You can take x is equals to pi by 2. You can take x is equals to, let's say, pi by 8. Because sine square plus cos square is equals to 1, this is a equation that holds for all the angles. It is equation that comes because of Pythagoras theorem, right? That is how you prove this theorem, right? Sine square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1. Here you can take x to be any real number. It is not, you have not studied that x square sine square theta plus cos square theta is equals to 1 only when theta is particular value. No, nothing like that. Here x can be any value. It's a equation that holds for all x. This is the symbol for all x belonging to real numbers. So x can be any real number and this equation will be satisfied. Another trigonometric equation you can have, for example, cos theta is equals to let's say 1 by 2, and we have to find unknown, that is theta. What is the value of theta? I have used theta. You can also have something cos x as 1 by 2. So what is the value of x, I can say, or I can say what is the value of theta. Now we know that cos of pi by 3 is equals to 1 by 2. So can I say x is equals to pi by 3 is a solution? Pi by 3 is one of the solutions, right? or I can say theta is equals to pi by 3 is a solution. Now, for understanding or for finding the theta values, you must know the sine and cos values for the first few theta values, that is theta is equals to 0, theta is equals to pi by 3, let's take pi by 6 first, pi by 6, then theta is equals to pi by 4, and then theta is equals to pi by 3, theta is equals to pi by 2. So for all these theta values, you should know what is cos of all of them, cos of all of these values, then sine of all of these values, and also tan. So what is cos of 0? Cos of 0 is 1. Cos of pi by 6 is root 3 by 2. Cos of pi by 4 is 1 by root 2. And cos of pi by 3. Pi by 3 in radians. These are all angles in radians, right? They are measured in radians. You can convert radian to degree by multiplying what? If you want to convert radian to degree, you will multiply 180 by pi. That is pi by 6 in radian. If you want to convert in degrees, you will multiply 180 by pi. So this is 30 degrees. So cos of pi by 3, cos of pi by 3 is 1 by 2, and finally cos of pi by 2 is 0. So these are all cos values for the angles. For sine it will go opposite. So for sine of 0 will be, what is sine of 0? It is 0. Sine of pi by 6 will be half, and similarly sine of pi by 3 will be root 3 by 2. Sine of pi by 2 will be 1, and pi by 4 both have same value, that is sine and cos take the same values for pi by 4. Pi by 4 is 45 degrees. 45 degrees means you have your isosceles triangle, right? So this is your 90 degrees, this is 45, then this also should be 45. That is why these two sides are same, and that is why your cos and sine values are same. So this is also 1 by root 2. So these values you should know. Then you can try to find for tan also. Tan is sine upon cos. So you can try to find. Before proceeding further, there are certain trigonometric properties that you should recall from your 11th standard. Like one of the property is cos of pi minus theta is negative cos theta. Now why is this helpful? Why is this helpful? Now for example, I want to find the solution for this. Cos of x is equals to minus half. What is the value of x? I know this is true. Cos of pi by 3 is equals to half. This I know. This you can check over here. This I know. Cos of pi by 3 is half. But I need solution for cos of x is equals to negative half. So how will I make this negative? You can look at this property. Cos of pi minus theta is equals to minus cos theta. So I know this. Cos of pi minus x is equals to negative cos of x. So if I take x value to be pi by 3, then I will have pi minus pi by 3 is equals to negative cos of pi by 3. But what is negative cos of pi by 3? So this is negative half. So cos of pi minus pi by 3 is negative half. Now what is pi minus pi by 3? That is just 2 pi by 3 is equals to negative half. So can I say x is equals to 2 pi by 3 is a solution? So whatever ratios that we have written down, 1 root 3 by 2, 1 by root 2, all these ratios we have written down positive. But if you are asked angle for negative values, like for example we took over here cos x is equals to negative half, you can just convert the positive value to negative. For cos, this is the property that cos of pi minus theta is equals to negative cos theta. That is how you convert your positive ratio to negative ratio. Because we know that cos of pi by 3 is half. Now how to get negative half? We use that property. Cos of pi minus x is equals to minus cos of x. That is a very important property. So then we can get negative half. So pi minus x is negative cos of x. So x, if I take pi by 3 over here, then negative cos pi by 3 becomes negative half. And thus I get the angle for which cos of that angle is negative half. So to convert cos values to negative, you have to use pi minus theta. Now similarly, we'll take one more example. If I want to find value for cos theta is equals to, let's say, minus root 3 by 2. We know this. We know that cos of pi by 6 is equals to root 3 by 2. Now how to make it negative? Again simple, cos of pi minus theta is equals to negative cos theta. So now you take theta is pi by 6. So cos of pi minus pi by 6 is equals to negative cos of pi by 6. Now what is negative cos of pi by 6? This is negative root 3 by 2. And what is pi minus pi by 6? This is 5 pi by 6. So can I say theta is equals to 5 pi by 6 is a solution? So that is how you convert your positive values to negative values. Important thing is that you know this. That is why I wrote down all the positive values. For cos, you need to know all these positive, cos and sine. Once you know all these positive values, you can easily find the negative values. For cos, how will you convert negative? It is cos of pi minus theta is equals to negative cos of theta. Now for sine, how will you convert? For sine, how will you convert? For sine, it is, there are two ways to convert. One is sine of pi plus theta. This is negative sine theta. Another way to convert is sine of negative theta is equals to negative sine of theta. So there are two ways to convert. You can verify this. Sine of pi plus theta, how is it negative sine of theta? It is sine a plus b formula. So sine pi cos theta plus cos pi sine theta. What is sine pi? Sine pi is 0. So this is why this is 0. Plus what is cos pi? Cos pi is negative 1 sine theta. So this is equals to negative sine theta. So there are two ways. One is sine pi plus theta is negative sine theta. Another way is just make the angle negative. So sine of, I think so second method becomes much more easier. Second method, but you can't always use second method. You will learn why. Because in principal solution, if you remember, principal solution, like whatever solutions you are finding now, that is whatever theta values you are finding or whatever x values you are finding, principal trigonometric solution means the theta or the x value, let's say x value, that should be strictly between 0 to 2 pi. 0 is included, that is x can be greater than or equal to 0 but should be less than 2 pi. Or instead of x you can also say theta. If theta is a solution, then theta should be in this semi-closed or you can say semi-open interval, because 0 is included, that is why this is square bracket, but 2 pi is not included, that is why it is curved bracket. So this is principal solution. So in principal solution you can't use this conversion, this type of conversion you can't use. This type of conversion you can't use because you are making negative theta. So I'll give one example. Let's say you want to find value of sine of x is equals to negative 1 by root 2. Okay, now you know this, that sine of pi by 4 is equals to 1 by root 2. Now you will just, now using second method, it becomes very simple, that is sine of minus pi by 4 is equals to minus 1 by root 2, and then you will say x is equals to minus pi by 4 is a solution. That is what you will say. Now this is correct. This is a solution, but this is not a principal solution. Why? Because principal solution means whatever solution you are getting, it should be satisfying this. It should be greater than or equal to 0 but less than 2 pi. So if this is a solution, x is equals to minus pi by 4, but it is not a principal solution. So that is why second method I said you can't use every time. What is the first method? First method is sine of pi plus theta. Okay. So we know that sine of pi plus theta is negative sine of theta. Now if you take pi by 4 over here instead of theta, we will have negative sine of pi by 4. So now this becomes sine of 5 pi by 4 and this becomes negative 1 by root 2. Now you can check that 5 pi by 4 is less than 2 pi and it is obviously greater than 0. You can check this. So 5 pi by 4 is also a solution, but it is a principal solution. 5 pi by 4 is a principal solution. So we learned what is the meaning of principal solution now. Principal solution is a solution which satisfies that x should be element of a semi-closed interval 0 to 2 pi. That is, x can be greater than or equal to 0 but should be less than 2 pi. That is the meaning of principal solution. Whatever angle value you get, let's say x, or instead of x you can say theta also. Whatever principal solution you get, it should satisfy this. Now we can take, if you want, one more example. Let's say tan theta is equals to let's say root 3. Now what theta value should we take? Now if you remember from your class 11 for tan, now for sine and cos I have written the table over here. Now this is the sine and cos table. You can see for tan also. What is tan? Tan is sine divided by cos. So can you see that for pi by 3, if you divide sine pi by 3 with cos pi by 3, can you see you will get root 3? Can you check that? If you divide sine pi by 3 with cos pi by 3, you will get to be root 3. So that is why I can say that tan of pi by 3 is root 3. So then I can say theta is equals to pi by 3 is a solution, or can I say just principal solution? It is principal solution, right? Because pi by 3 is greater than or equal to 0 and it is less than 2 pi. So I will say it is a principal solution. So simple. So you know what are trigonometric equations, how to find the value of theta, how to find the value of x. And what is the principal solution? Principal solution means a solution which satisfies this condition. And whatever theta value you have, it should be between 0 and 2 pi. 0 is included, but 2 pi is not included. Okay. After that, you study general solutions. What is the meaning of general solution? General solution. For general solution, we have, actually you just have 4 formulas. So I'll just write them down. First is sine theta is equals to sine alpha. What is the solution for this? It is theta is equals to n pi plus minus 1 raised to n alpha, where n is an element of integer. This is just a revision of what has been done in class. So n is an element of integer is very important to write. What are integers? All negative and positive natural numbers, and along with 0. So the integers is nothing but the set all negative numbers, so negative 0, 1, 2 and so on. So you have your negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, and similarly you have your 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is the set of integers. It's a z with a slanting line. After that you have your cos theta is equals to cos alpha. Here the solution is theta is 2n pi plus minus alpha. Again, don't forget to write this, n element of integers. Then third is tan theta is equals to tan alpha. Here theta is just n pi plus alpha, n element of integer. And the fourth one, there are actually three, but the general solution is the same. That is sine square theta is equals to sine square alpha. Then you have cos square theta is equals to cos square alpha. And then finally you have tan square theta is equals to tan square alpha. The solution is same. It is just n pi plus minus alpha, n belonging to integer. So technically speaking, you just have to learn 4 formulas. So this is your first, this is your second, this is your third, and this is your fourth. Just 4 formulas. Now, examples have been taken in class. If you want, solve the first exercise for examples. Go through the examples in the textbook and the first exercise, how to solve. So that is very important. So that is what we studied. After that we studied Cartesian coordinate to polar coordinate conversion. Cartesian coordinate conversion, both the ways, like convert polar to Cartesian or convert Cartesian to polar coordinate. So Cartesian coordinates means you have your xy, and polar coordinate means you have your r and theta. So how will you convert the relation? We have 3 relations. The relations are x is equals to r cos theta, y is equals to r sin theta, and finally r is equals to square root of x square plus y square. Now let's say your x is equals to 1, y is equals to 1. What will be your r? Your r will be 1 square plus 1 square, which is root 2. Then what will be your cos theta? Cos theta will be x divided by r, which is 1 by root 2. Similarly, your sin theta will also be 1 by root 2. And then from this you can conclude that theta is pi by 4. Theta is indeed pi by 4. Now here also, whatever theta values you get in converting Cartesian coordinate to polar coordinate, make sure that theta is a principal solution. That is, theta must be between 2 pi and 0. That is greater than or equal to 0 but less than 2 pi. That is very important. Like for example, you cannot write theta is equals to minus pi by 4. You have to be careful. So you can have situations like that. For example, you are having x is equals to, let's say, 1, and let's say y is equals to minus 1. Now what can you do in this situation? In this situation, you are having r again. Your r again will be square root of x square plus y square. So this will again be root 2. But what will be your cos theta and sin theta? Your cos theta will be 1 by root 2, but your sin theta will be negative 1 by root 2. What will be the theta value? From this I can say theta is pi by 4, but theta is equals to pi by 4 will not satisfy this. It won't satisfy this. It won't satisfy sin theta is equals to minus 1 by root 2. So in this situation, now you know that theta is, if you take theta is equals to minus pi by 4, because second step for conversion of negative from positive to negative for sine We studied this na, very simple procedure, that is sine of negative theta, it is just negative sine of theta. So if I take sine of negative pi by 4, this will just be negative sine of pi by 4, which is negative 1 by root 2. This becomes very straightforward. So theta is equals to minus pi by 4 is working for sine. What about cos of minus pi by 4? Cos of minus pi by 4 is just cos of pi by 4, which is 1 by root 2. Because for cos of negative theta, this is just cos of theta. For cos, that is not how you convert. For cos, if you want to convert negative, we studied this. That is cos of pi minus theta, only then it becomes negative. Only then it will become negative. Because what is the meaning of pi minus theta? Pi minus theta means you go pi means 180 degrees. So you go 180 degrees, so you are over here. Then minus theta means you come back. So you are going 180 degrees and then coming back theta. So you are in this quadrant, you are in second quadrant. So second quadrant means x-axis is negative and cos is related with x-axis. So cos value is negative. But what about cos of negative theta? Negative theta means your rotation is clockwise. So negative theta means you are going like this. So negative theta means you are over here, third quadrant. So third quadrant x-axis is positive. That's why cos will remain positive. So try to understand the logic. The cos of pi minus theta means you are in second quadrant, and second quadrant x-axis is negative. That is why cos becomes negative. But cos of minus theta means you are again in third quadrant, because minus theta means negative rotation. You will go clockwise. So third quadrant means x-axis is positive. That is why cos will remain positive. So I can see that sine of minus pi by 4 is equals to minus 1 by root 2, and cos of minus pi by 4 is equals to positive 1 by root 2. So for this problem that x is equals to 1, y is equals to minus 1, I want to find r and theta. So I am getting